What's up, you guys? Steven here for Off the Shelf Movie Night to talk to you about physical media, about Blu-rays and 4Ks and DVDs, the way we like to buy and own our movies and TV shows. I am continuing today my complete collection update, reorganization, and I'm going to share this next phase with you, and this is a big one. We've done boutiques, we've done Arrow Video, we've done Blue Underground, we've done some of the smaller parts of my collection. We did, I believe we did, did we do Scream Factory, Shout Factory? I don't know. I have to look back now. I'm not sure. I'll be able to tell if they're in alphabetical order than we did them because I'm doing it with you guys as I go. Anyway, if you like this kind of stuff, please give me a subscribe. Stay up to date. Everything we got going on. Lots of updates coming. Lots of pickup videos. A lot of deep dives into physical media and movies and that kind of thing. If there's a particular movie or kind of movies you'd like to see me deep dive into, please drop that in the comments and we'll get it done. Anyway, this is probably going to be a two-parter, because today we're starting the reorganization of Steelbooks. To recap, if you haven't been here through this process so far, is I've decided to finally give in to you guys and do some alphabetizing. I'm not going to alphabetize the entire collection. That's just not for me. What I am doing is breaking my collection down by studio and by genre. Genre being the most important thing. If I come in here into this room and decide I want to watch a horror movie, I want to go to one section of shelves and look at my horror movies. I don't want to have to be jumping around because the entire collection is in alphabetical order. That makes no sense to my video store brain. So the entire collection would be genre, but I do like organizing some of the bigger studios together. I know that we did Criterion, we did Arrow, and those... My Xbox is going crazy over here. Those particular releases look good together, so I'm having to do Studio, Scream Factory, Shout Factory, Blue Underground. They all have a consistency in packaging that make them look good together, so I'm going to be doing those in Studio. Now, I know some of you guys actually do your own Kino Lorber section. I'm not doing that. There's a lot of other smaller collections I have, like I have some Severin stuff, but I don't think I really have enough to merit it having its own section, so that's not happening. So anyway, outside of that, though, there is one format that will get its own section. Early on, 4K was separated. Like I liked having all those black boxes together, but that collection has gotten too large and crosses too many genres and studios to be a 4K section anymore. Those just have to get mixed in, regardless of how annoyed my collector mind gets looking at blue case, blue case, blue case, black case, blue case, black case, black case, black case, blue case. I really hate that look. You know, that's why I love Criterion and I love Arrow, because they use the clear cases. Arrow has started to put their 4Ks in black cases, which is annoying. Anyway, the one standout section is Steelbooks. Steelbooks all look cool together. So that's kind of going to suck because it's going to be a lot of genres crossed to do that, but I'm just going to keep all the Steelbooks together and just alphabetize that whole section. Other than the MCU movies. MCU movies have their own section, whether it's a Steelbook or whatever. That's not going to be as much of a problem anymore because I haven't liked anything since Endgame enough to really bother purchasing. So that collection may be complete. I know that might be a hot take. So anyway, I have a lot of Steelbooks, though, because my girlfriend tends to love Steelbooks, too. So we have purchased a lot of them between the ones she likes and the ones that I like. So this is probably going to be a two-part video. It's part one, showing you my Steelbook collection, and then directly after the video is done, me trying to get it sorted alphabetically on the shelf. So here we go. Now, some of these movie choices are going to look weird. It's like, why would this guy that I follow on YouTube buy that movie? It's because my girlfriend chose it. First two being a perfect example. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on these because there's a lot. I'm already going to have to do 2 videos. So, all right, first one. Well, I could show these in the proper order since they're together. I have the Hitman's Bodyguard's wife's best friend's cousin's sister. This is actually just the Hitman's Bodyguard. I think I watched this and thought it was okay. My girlfriend wanted these Steelbooks, so that's why we have them. Barely a description for the movie there. I don't know what that's supposed to say. And then the sequel there. I do appreciate the consistency in art on the Steelbooks, and they have the Mondo style slipcover, so that's pretty cool. I guess I need to spend some time and watch these movies. She hasn't even seen them. She just picked them up because she liked them. Now, remember, these are very random right now. I'm going to have to alphabetize before they go back on the shelf. So you're going to see some really random stuff. Here's It's a Wonderful Life. This is a beautiful 4K, by the way. This is one of the best 4K restorations of a movie, period. Regardless of what you think of the movie, quality-wise, it's a wonderful release. All right. Then we have... Some of these are out because of a recent movie theme night I did. War of the Worlds. This is the Tom Cruise starring Steven Spielberg remake. I like this movie. It has a little bit of a saccharine ending, but generally the adventure is good. If you haven't joined me on a Movie Theme Monday, Movie Theme Monday is every Monday night, 9 o'clock CST. It's a live stream where I'll show you my choices from my collection for a given movie theme every Monday. It's a fun time. Speed. This is a beautiful 4K. This is put out by Disney, but it's a beautiful 4K because Fox, 20th Century Fox, did that 4K before the merger. Stephen King Cat's Eye. I feel like these are going to get 4K releases, so we'll see how long this stays in the collection. I don't know if you guys can hear the lawnmower happening out there, but it's happening. And here's the weird thing. These movies, the second one in particular, have not aged very well. The first one's still pretty fun, but the second one to me has not aged very well. This is an older 4K release, but still a good one, Black Hawk Down. I know some of you guys hate it, but I actually, and I'll show the spine on this one, I really enjoy the artwork when it's not so heavily on floating heads in the title of a movie. I know the title of the movie. I bought the damn thing. I don't need it rubbed in my face. Braveheart. And yes, I have bagged these in turkey bags. You can get these on Amazon. And I do that because Steelbooks rubbing together tends to scratch up the paint. And it just, this helps protect them a little bit. Matrix. Classic. And we have Close Encounters of the Third Kind. This is a classic film. Now, hang on a second. Here. So, alright. The back of Close Encounters. And the back of War of the Worlds. Two Spielberg movies, too. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. This is a pretty basic Steelbook. I would normally have passed on it, but I didn't have the movie in my collection, so why not? Boys in the Hood. Classic film. Psycho. Again, this is a pretty cool Steelbook. This is that, kind of cheaper feeling matte paint. I normally like a matte finish, but they feel a little cheaper. Desperado, this one's definitely cheaper. A cheap release. I feel like we're going to get these in 4K at some point. Those movies. Okay, it's one of the few double dips in my collection. This is Apocalypse Now, the 4K set. It's got the Mondo slip. It's a pretty cool slip for different art on the inside. I could do that into the middle of the screen, right? I have the other release that has the complete collection, but my girlfriend saw this when she was out shopping without me and just picked it up for our collection because she thought it was cool. 3 from Hell. I actually think this is a terrible movie, but I get Rob Zombie movies for the extras because he's kind of like Eli Roth. I could hear this guy talk about horror movies and horror movie filmmaking for hours. I wish this was as good as Devil's Rejects because Devil's Rejects is phenomenal, and I think it's, maybe Rob Zombie had one good movie in him, and that was it. All right. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I love this Tarantino film. If this were to be Tarantino's last film, it would have been great. Kind of wish I had got one of the nicer releases, but the Steelbook is really pretty cool. They did have a vinyl release with the album in there also, and I'm not a vinyl collector, so I didn't push on it because it was pretty expensive at the time. Last Action Hero. This has since been put out in a standard edition, and that's great. It's still a very solid 4K. It has a killer soundtrack. I think this film is appreciated more now than when it came out because it's so meta. It really works hard to try and spoof the action movie genre. Very fun movie. Then we have something here I bought for my girlfriend because she loves it. I don't understand because it's terrible, but it is the Green Lantern. I actually think he was a very good pick for the Green Lantern. It's just unfortunate that the movie was not good. It wasn't good. Okay, we're going to do just a few more, and we'll call it good here for part 1 of my Steelbook collection. If you want to see anything more in depth, let me know. But I've got a little small additional stack here, and then we'll do another video finishing it up. Wolf of Wall Street is a pretty recent purchase. This was out for a long time, and I just kept waiting on it. This movie proved that Scorsese still got it. The boy still in the game. Leonardo DiCaprio is great in here. Matthew McConaughey owns this movie, the few scenes that he's in. Very fun. This one's also a pretty recent pickup. Nightmare Alley. I saw this in a theater. Was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. This Steelbook could be nicer, honestly. It could be nicer. Feels a little cheap with its matte paint and everything. There's no... there's kind of a tiny, maybe spot UV happening there on the title. Not really. Not really. All right. Held off. I got to bag these, actually, too. Some of these need to be bagged. Here's the Green Mile. Held off on this one for a while. I thought it was a little bit pricey. Oh, got the hiccups now. Pricey when it came out. It's a great movie. It's probably a little too long, but generally, it's a really good movie. I need to sit down and revisit this one, honestly. It's time. I did already watch the first one of these two. This is a 2-film collection. This is Heavy Metal. Heavy Metal 2000 is also in here. Heavy Metal is a classic sort of hard rock, animated, sci-fi, exploitation type of film. And it's not for everybody. Some parts of it have not aged well, but the animation is still gorgeous. How can you not have Jaws in the collection? There's part of me that kind of regrets this Steelbook, to be honest. I know they put out a slipcover edition that had a book in it, and now I kind of wish I had that book. But this is a cool Steelbook. It's a very cool Steelbook. And last one for this first pile of Steelbooks is Lady in the Water. Lady in the Water. All right, that'll do it for part 1. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's any of these Steelbooks you want me to crack open and talk more specifically about the movie and get in depth with it. Stay tuned for part 2 when I go over the rest of them, which is most of my Disney animated Steelbooks and a lot of other stuff too, but that's what's going to be mostly in the next part. Till next we meet, pull something cool off the shelf, share it with friends and family, and remind them why physical media is the best way to watch films and TV at home. I'll see you guys on the next one.